What's up, everyone? This is Tatum. I'm back with another episode of Flowers, and today I'm gonna be talking about an album that really was an impact on my life as a little pup. So, without further ado, today I'm gonna be discussing Eminem's The Slim Shady LP.
Hi, my name is. What?
Hi, my name is. I put the music in myself. Sorry. The Slim Shady LP. I remember this came out in 1999. I was 9, probably 8, going on 9. Uh, I remember I never seen anything like this before. Uh, if you've seen my Marshall Mathers reviews and my Eminem show, this is kind of like the trilogy. I'm probably do Relapse as well, but go check out that Marshall Mathers LP and go check out the Eminem show review as well. But the Slim Shady LP was the first I can remember watching MTV and seeing the My Name Is video and just was like, what the fuck is this? Like, just at a total awe of just like, what the what? I was so young. I was like, is that his real mother in the video? like it was so different from everything that we're getting in hip hop and popular culture at the time. Just like the outrageous things he was saying. There's the lyrical ability. He was white, to be truthfully honest, and was spitting like this. And this is an era with actual real spitters. Like this ain't I won't throw shots at anything, but this was the era of hip hop where it was like real spitters out, and for him to come in and just stand out the way he did. Look what he said, I stand out like a green hat with an orange veil. Like like it was really the truth. And I just wanted to give this album. I wanted to complete the 3-album classic trilogy of Eminem, and then I'll go on. Maybe I'll do Relapse or something. But I wanted to give this album its flowers. I wanted to talk about some of my favorite moments on the album, talk about what it meant to me. And, I don't want to waste too much of your time, so I'm going to get into this. Before we get started, though, remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, get ready to leave your comments. Let me know some of your favorite songs off the Slim Shady LP. Some of your favorite lyrics. What did it mean to you at the time? So let's get into it. So like I said, the album dropped in 1999. He was signed to Dr. Dre, which was, if you think about the time, it was crazy. Dr. Dre's coming off. This is after Death Row. This is after he drops, the Aftermath compilation album after The Firm, which were two critical flops in a way. So Dr. Dre was looking for his next protege or just artist in a way, and the way that Eminem was found was like a demo tape. I was watching the Defiant Ones, like a demo tape. Jimmy Iovine, one of the A&Rs, went to the Rap Olympics, saw Eminem. He came in second place, got his CD, the Slim Shady EP, or maybe it was Infinite, one of those. But I know the Slim Shady EP is pretty much a lot of songs on there made it to this album as well, except like the Dr. Dre, and some of the songs were re-recorded, like Just the Two of Us. Well, 97 Bonnie and Clyde. That's just a crazy way to get signed and found out. Like, you know how many demo tapes the record companies got back in the day and probably still today? Just it's a needle in a haystack. That's officially what it is. And I think Dr. Dre and Eminem they were a perfect producer and artist marriage. Like, he allowed Eminem to be Slim Shady to the utmost extent, and he made him feel comfortable with saying the outrageous shit he was saying. This is Eminem's probably most humorous album. Like, to me, when I listen to the Slim Shady LP, it's very just funny. Like it's not. Obviously, you have your serious records on there, Rock Bottom, Bonnie Clyde, Brain Damage to an extent, but for the most part, it's very comical to me. Like, I think the Marshall Mathers LP is a little bit more stronger and just serious, especially the Eminem show as well. But when I listen to it, me personally, when I listen to it, I get this comical feel from it. It's like this irony, funny kind of thing, and he's still killing it. So not to say like that's a bad thing or anything, but it's just very comical to me. So first song, public service announcement, obviously. It's funny, which he does again on Marshall Mathers LP, which I think is just a dope concept to have. We get straight into How My Name Is, which is probably the only time he put his single that as the opening track. Great song, classic record. Hi kids, do you like violence? Do you want to see me stick 9-inch nails through each one of my eyelids? Wanna copy me and do exactly like I did? Try see it and get fucked up worse than my life is? My brain's dead weight. I'm trying to keep my head straight, but I can't figure out what Spice Girls I want to impregnate. Like, oh my gosh, hearing that as a kid, it's just it's just crazy thinking back on it. Like him in the red suit on the TV screen and him with the wild blonde hair. It was just a great marketing. Like it's just perfect. It was perfect marketing, bro. Just steering to the skid of the character of Slim Shady. You know what I mean? Guilty Conscious. Oh my gosh, I remember the first time I heard that, and I was just like, can they say that? Like the first verse he's talking about, versus the liquor store robbery. The second verse is the underage rape, and the third verse is the wife cheating on the husband. And I recall the story with Busta Rhymes when he said he heard this record on his tour bus and like smashed his head against the glass. Like it was that crazy to him. Like this is nuts. Like just to have the narrator in between it, like the song has no, whether the commercial version does these voices, and when they talk, I follow. But the album version has the narrator in between, and it's just a genius. Like Dr. Dre is so good as a producer and an engineer and just the all around music guy that he was able to help create and excel these stories that make you just like take you into this whole world of itself and just man that like I can't even like put myself back in the shoes of when I first heard that. It was so like crazy. It's just so fucking crazy, and for that to be a single as well, no wonder they got so many like protesters and things that they do. We didn't know what the fuck this was. Like this is crazy. Like crazy. Brain Damage, I think, is fucking great record. Brain Damage, ever since the day I was born. Drugs is what they used to say I was on. They said I never knew which way I was going, but everywhere I go they keep playing my song. And he talks about his bullying and his actual bully who actually went on to sue him for using his name. And like, dude, you bullied this guy. You smashed his head against a bathroom urinal. I just like the fact that even though with that he turns it into like the superhero in a way, like strip the door in two, grab something in a 4-inch. Like he was getting the weapons ready to go fight the bully who was harassing him, D'Angelo Bailey. And even in the first verse where he's talking to the teacher, quick, I need a naked nurse. What's wrong? My appendix feel like they could burst. And she's like, I thought you said it was your tummy. Oh yeah, it is, but I also got this bump knee. Mr. Mathers, the funny game's over. And just for that, son, you're gonna get some extra homework. But don't you want to give me after school detention? Nah, this bully wants to beat your ass, and I'ma let him. Like, Brain Damage. Ever since the day I was born, like that's just a crazy story, bro. Like. Crazy story. That goes into the first Paul skit we hear. Like, they gave me a copy of the album. Can you tone it down? Like, it's only so much I can explain. Then it gets a little bit deeper. It goes into if I had $1 million. Like I love that song. Even if I had $1 million. And shout out to the Bass Brothers as well. I can't give Dre all the credit. The Bass Brothers and Eminem himself helped produce this album. Like I said, a lot of the songs came from the Slim Shady EP. But if I had goes into just the two of us, just you and I. And he re-recorded it and brought Haley in the studio to redo the vocals. And that was just a crazy thing. Like my favorite line, come on, hey, Nana Booba, Goo Goo Gaga. Like he just goes into like, who was rhyming that in that time? Like he rhymed Goo Goo Gaga, Wanna Baba, Goo Goo Gaga. Like he was. Eminem was so great, bro. He was just so great. Going to Role Model. Role Model is another Dr. Dre one, which is hard as. It's just that was a single as well. I remember watching that and you seeing him getting dunked in the water like the circus. I'm cancerous, so if I diss you, wouldn't want to answer this. If you respond with a battle rap, you wrote for cannabis. Eminem was just so fucking great, man. His wordplay was just fucking amazing. I'm dumb enough to walk in the store and steal, so I'm dumb enough to ask for a date with Lauryn Hill. Some people only see that I'm white, ignore his skill, cause I stand out like a green head with an orange bill, but I don't get pissed. Y'all don't even see through the mist. How the fuck can I be white? I don't even exist. I get a shave, brave, go to a rave, die from an overdose, and dig myself up out of my grave or some shit like that. Eminem was so fucking dope, man. My fault. I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl. I never meant to bring you to my world. And now you're sitting in the corner crying. And now it's my fault, my fault. Like, it's very comical. Like, and just a dope. That's just a funny record as a kid. Ken Kniff. Come on, everybody, get down tonight. I always forget the girl name is Diana or Donna. But she always sing on the Eminem records. Come on, everybody, Superman. What's the one off? Drug Ballad. Like she's always, whoa, whoa. Like she always doing those type of vocals on the Eminem record. Those so kind of vocals. Rock Bottom's another. That's probably the darkest song, realest song on the album. As he just talks about, just the bullshit life he's living and tired of living it and tired of being at the bottom and just. It was very relatable, not at the time, but just very relatable as I get older and things of that nature. Just to hear that story of just being at the bottom, and that kind of changes literally right after this album. You know what I mean? Because he becomes like the biggest pop star in the world. So he totally went from like being evicted, being his house broken all the time, being evicted, having nowhere to sleep, to in a flash, you're fucking Elvis. So it's always funny to look at the artist's like story and trajectory, like Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers, and Eminem show Encore, and he becomes like this. He's got rich beyond his means, like so much. He's so big and famous and rich, he can't even come out the house, which is crazy in itself. Because Eminem used to be like a very outgoing rapper, like or just artist. Like you would see him out, you would see him cracking jokes, you would see him intermingling in the hip hop scene, you would see all this stuff. But now, like he became like a recluse and he's just in his house, and just I think that kind of alters the music in a way. Like yeah, you could become like, obviously you're still technically one of the best rappers we ever heard, but you have like no story to tell. You know what I mean? Like you're not even living. Like art needs life. You have to live to do art. Like you can't just be cooped up all the time. Like you have to see things, you have to experience things, you have to meet new people, you have to see new places, you can't just be on the internet all day. You know what I mean? Like you have to live. So one of the things that is just for Rock Bottom, it's just crazy to see the trajectory of where he was and where he became. Just don't give a fuck. That was just one of my favorites. Like, so if you see me on your block with a Glock screaming fuck the world like Tupac, I just don't give a fuck. But see me on the street and duck, cause you finna get stuck, stolen, snuck, I just don't give a fuck. Why the world's turning round and round, but I wish it would stop and let me off right now. That's the one where he talks about raping the fat bitch at the end. Like, stuck that shit in crooked and fucked that fat bitch, fuck that fat slut to death. Looking back on it, that's just a fucking crazy story, yeah. And that's probably one of my favorite records on the album as well. Like, it's just so. That's when he used to rap like, floor the course, the machine, but for the bean, the bean. Like he used to that classic Eminem flow, like she ate my leg whole like a fucking egg roll or some shit like that. Like that flow in there was just classic Eminem. Classic Eminem. I'm Shady. Bad Meets Evil. The first time I hear Royce the 5'9", and listening back to it now, here's how I go through the album before I do these reviews and things. Listening back to it now, Royce still wasn't that far behind him. Like I think M found himself faster and was able to create better records, and he found his niche quicker. But if we just talking about bar for bar, they were going neck for neck on Bad Meets. Ooh, I might do the Bad Meets Evil EP. I think that anniversary's coming up. I'm gonna do that. But they were going back and forth on that. Like, this is what happened when Bad Meets Evil. Like, I love that record. Still Don't Give a Fuck is one of my favorites. Like, I don't know which one I like better, the original or I guess we consider this like the remix. But I just love the aura of the Still Don't Give a Fuck. It's darker. I just love that. I just love that aura Eminem more. But yeah, let me get into my favorite songs. Best songs, I'm gonna go with Role Model, Brain Damage, and just don't give a fuck. You could throw still don't give a fuck in there. It's like a half and half. Worst song I'm gonna go with I'm Shady. Best line, zoning off of one joint, stopping the limo, hopping the window, shopping the demo at gunpoint. A lyricist without a clue. What year is this? Fuck a needle. Here's a sword, body pierced with this. Living amok, never giving a fuck. Giving the keys, I'm drunk. And I never driven a truck, but I smoke dope in a cab. I stab you with the sharpest knife I can grab. Come back a week next week and reopen the scab. That shit was just mean. Like, yeah, even the last verse. I wanted the album so rugged nobody could touch it. Spent $1 million a track and went over my budget. Now how I'm gonna get out of that? I can't rap no more. I just murdered the alphabet or some shit like that. I was like, oh my gosh, like, this guy's nuts, bro. Like his wordplay and let's wrap this shit up. Whoa, I get your hands. In closing, the Slim Shady LP is by far a classic. I don't even know. Yeah, it's a classic album. I think his first 3 albums are just fucking masterpieces. But the Slim Shady LP just brought in a whole new regime. It changed music. It changed hip hop. It brought in a new just something we never seen that I never seen at that young of an age. I never seen a white rapper come in and just take over shit. And well, I seen white rappers come in and take over shit, but to be as lyrically skilled as he was and the stories he was telling, yeah, I know a lot of people say, yeah, I could never listen to Eminem because I don't relate to that. So it's fucking art, bro. Like I don't relate to every fucking piece of fucking painting I see in a museum, but it's dope. You know what I mean? Like I still appreciate it. I hate when people say stuff like that because it's like, so like that's what I say to people now. Like, so who asked you that? Like, just is he good or not? You ain't gotta give these fucking stupid ass. Yeah, I don't listen to Eminem, but he good though. So who gives a shit? Like, anybody ask your fucking opinion on which you listen to, nigga? Sorry, I just go off sometimes. But ain't nobody ask your opinion. Like, do you like it or not? Like, yeah, I could never get it. So then stay out of this conversation. Cause Slim Shady LP is a fucking classic, and I don't need your negative inputs on that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I just wanted to give this album its flowers. Complete the trilogy. Like I said, if you haven't checked out my Marshall Mathers LP review and my Eminem Show review, I'll put those in the description. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's talk in the comments with some of your favorite records off the album. Where do you hold the Slim Shady LP and Eminem's discography? To me, I can't even do this. I'm gonna just go 5. I'm gonna go Eminem Show, Marshall Mathers LP, Slim Shady, Relapse, Encore, and everything after that. Yeah, it is what it is. I like Recovery, but it is what it is after that. But again, flowers for Eminem, Slim Shady LP. I'm Tatum. Peace. Catch you next time.